Dear friends, again welcome to video lecture series on surveying and geomatics. Today we will go for lesson number 5, that is all about working with GIS. In previous lecture we have seen that actually what is GIS, Geographical Information System, where we use the spatial and non-spatial data, and with the help of geodatabase we are attaching that data to a particular map, and with that geographical location in the map we are adding various features in the different layers. So for representing any feature on the map we use either raster image or vector image. We use the point as an entity or a line as an length element or as an shape or for representing particular area, and there are other features also we can represent. All this data we collect with the help of remote sensing and GPS system. Along with that, some other also non-spatial data was there which we input in our system, and with this our particular aim is that we have to understand what exists at particular location. So also we have seen there are various applications, very vast applications in the today's world for using the GIS for various applications, various purposes. So for decision making, for planning, for what if analysis, for trend analysis, or understanding the situation, for decision making, or for any type of development you want to carry out, we require to understand the situation, and for that we use geographical information system for better understanding and visual modeling of the data, so that we can very easily understood what will happen or what is existing, and accordingly then we can take our decisions and decide our priorities. So in this respect when we are trying to use the GIS, we have seen that there are 5 different elements. So hardware also we have seen, software also we have seen, then data is there, and then procedure is there, and then peoples are there. So all these they are working together. So GIS is a system which is spread all over. It is not located only at one place. It is a network connected network of different hardware, software, different data, and all these things. So in these fields there are some softwares are there that we can use for that. So here for georeferencing and the drawing, for using it into GIS, we can use ArcGIS, their Autodesk Map, or QGIS, or these are some of the softwares where we can process the images. So IRIDAS, Imagine, all these things. So here ArcGIS is a proprietary software, then QGIS is a open source software, so that you can use. Autodesk Map is also one of the best software for this type of GIS modeling. So with this use we will just see what are the capabilities available in the software. So first is adding image to the ArcGIS. You can just go to the menu, and here in the menu you can add your base map images. So whatever the base maps are available, that you can add in the GIS using insert menu. So this is just older version I am showing you, but now there are very recent advancement in all these things. So first of all we can just add one base map into the GIS. So this is the existing map captured by the remote sensing satellite, and that we have placed inside the software. Then after that the another is we can do the georeferencing. In the georeferencing process, at least you have to select any 3 known locations. So these are the it may be a Laplace station, or these are the locations whose longitude, latitude, altitude is exact position we are knowing in numerical values. So these 3 points, so what we will do, we will select that one point, and for that point we will enter the x, y, and z coordinate for that point. So then another second point also we will select. For that also the location is knowing, and third point is also we will insert. So for that also we are knowing, and once we click on OK, and then we will make it the georeferencing. So this automatically this map will get reference with the actual coordinates, and accordingly the whatever the image you have inserted, that will be get automatically aligned with the north direction as per the whatever the coordinates we are giving. So the map can be get enlarged or adjusted in the scale also, and then rotated as per the whatever the directions was there according to these three well-known reference points we have given for georeferencing. So whenever you input any map inside the ArcGIS or GIS software, we have to first georeference it. Once the georeferencing was done, so that map was get attached to the actual map of the Earth globe. So and then accordingly then you can do some of the operations by using that. Then here now on this base map you can now create the different layers. So we can go on adding the different layers for the particular various features. So suppose I want to add some of the locations of the trees. So I can just create one layer for the tree, and then I will use the point entity for representing the tree into that. So wherever I will click that, so automatically the geographical location of that tree was attached to that point, and then automatically the database was get updated. So you can enter the entity in the layer either by using this graphical user interface, by drawing some elements, or by drawing some adding some features, or either also you can add that data in the database row also. So for that particular entity in that for representing that layer, you can add that entity. So in this way you can create a layer showing the road network. Then you can create one layer showing the different buildings representing their areas. Then you can show again layer for the land use. So in that way, whatever the different features you want to add, for every feature we need to create one layer, and then we need to draw either a point or a straight line or any shape representing the area. So in that way you can add as many as layer for representing the various features in our ArcGIS map. And the important is that as this base map is now georeferenced, so the database was automatically getting attached to that entity. So you are drawing a line, so the start point, end point, its geographical location was get also identified by the software. Its length was also automatically get calculated, and it was available in the database which is behind this map in the software. So in this way you can add various layers in the ArcGIS map software. Now here, as like again I have shown that, then I can start editing the drawing features. So if you want to trace this map, so then again you can just use the various layers, and in the various layer you can draw some shapes, or you can locate some buildings, or you can add points also. So that also is possible, that if you are not if you are aware about these features, so then you can trace this map. So drawing and editing is just as a AutoCAD software. So you can just go on using the various drawing tools, and you can create a different shape or different objects or different lines or a road network or a different location points using on the different layers. Whatever the layers you are requiring, you can create, and then you can assign the color to that, and then you can assign the special name or all that features, and then you can go on that adding the various features. So once this was done, so then it will getting associated with the our database, and that you can do it in the ArcGIS. Then here again the rubber sheeting in the Autodesk map is also possible here. So rubber sheeting is one of the important tool, so that you can use in the AutoCAD map. So here in some case these shapes or whatever you have added in that map, so you can make them adjusted automatically as per the scale or whatever the actual feature was there. So in the AutoCAD map also there are many features. It is again similar as our AutoCAD software, but there are some additional map menu. so which allows us to draw some feature classification. You can add the database, you can add some object data, you can make directly a data entry through the table, then you can use the image, and then you can use the annotation and all other things. So with this you can use the rubber sheet command to get adjusted all these features you have added with the map and getting it geo referenced. So these type of tools nowadays are available. Then there are some other drawing features are there where you can draw some features. So this is one of the screenshot of the Autodesk Map software. So here also there are tools as like ArcGIS, and then there also you can add some of the features by using this drawing map. Now with this we can create, the most important is once you have created one drawing in ArcGIS and then you have added some layers, and then you can create some modeling, or you can analyze that data available along with that particular area map. So whatever the feature you have added, whatever the elements you have added, whatever the features you have marked, and whatever the data was attached to the every element or every attribute, database is available in the database with that georeference map in that software. Then you can analyze that database, or you can go on using the capabilities of the GIS software. So the most important thing is that it is very easy that you can create high-end 3D representation. That is the good output of the software. So here now this is one of the map here showing it is the depth of the bore wells at various locations. So if that data was already available, that map is available, the contour map is available, the building locations are available, and the depth of the bore well was also available, and if this data is already input in our database and the map was get calibrated and georeferenced in the ArcGIS, then this type of scenario building or modeling, so visually you can understand. One cannot understand very quickly what are the actual situation regarding the depth of the bore well at particular area. But if that data was entered into the ArcGIS software, so this type of model where it is representing the various location of the buildings on a particular area, and for every location whatever the depth of the bore well was there, so that I can visually understand the situation. So these are the aquifers where already there are some water storage, groundwater storage, and what are the various depths available at the various locations. So this is from the data entered, but you can create this type of model. So that is the most important advantage, that 3D representation modeling can be possible to understand the situation using ArcGIS software. So here it is not required that you should be an engineer, but any common person can understand by observing this 3D video, 3D image or 3D model that this is the depth of the bore well and at various locations what exists actually. So that is the one of the output you can create with the help of GIS software. Then another is you can location and the density of the well, that also now you can here understand. So this is again one of the particular area. So depending upon the contour heights, so different color coding also you can use. So here I have used it. So this is the white part, this is faint red, dark red, and then orange and yellow, and then way. So depending upon the contour levels also you can use the variety of colors to represent into our 3D modeling. And then these are the different depths. So these are the points of the bore well. So these are the point, all the tube well, bore well points are there, and that is a 3D model. So here on the ground and on the water surface, what actually the situation is. So from this type of model, so you can either identify any location. So suppose for a particular district, you can ask the question like that, how many number of bore wells are there existing in the particular district. So you will just suddenly get the answer of that. So that was the advantage you are getting with the ArcGIS. So ArcGIS or GIS software are not only just giving you the output map, but they are giving you the answer in the form of database. So numerical answers also we get from that also. So this type of density of the well, where it is more and where it is less. So by reading only the data, it is not possible to understand. But here you can see that in this particular area, the number of bore wells are very close together. So density, how it is exist, so that you can really understand with the help of this type of 3D models. Then another important is customer user GIS program also you can prepare with the help of GIS software. So here under the main window you can adjust your maps, you can create your general task, then you can create the workspace, you can create your customized layer, then different information you can add. You can also add the different combination permutation of the various analysis methods where you can query or where you can have a references, and then you can understand the statistical data which is attached to that particular map. And based on that you can either create the graph, or you can create a map, or you can create a table, or you can create a 3D model, and in that way you can also prepare your customized GIS program with the ArcGIS software. So here with using these capabilities, you can just prepare the map showing the 3 layers of buffalo's train map. So at various location, now this is the information, and from this for a particular area 3-year buffalo's train map. So here the 3 color coding were used for the representing this map, and for a particular state what number of buffaloes are knowing, and their count, how it is getting increasing or decreasing, and what is actually happening in that particular state. So पर्टिकुलर एखादे जिले में भैंसों की संख्या, जो दूध देने वाले भैंसों की संख्या है वो कितनी है, ये मुझे अंडरस्टैंड करना है. तो इस प्रकार से मैं एक मैप में मुझे यहाँ पे समझ सकता हूँ मैं कि जैसा ये वाला जो डिस्ट्रिक्ट है यहाँ पे सबसे ज़्यादा बफेलो की संख्या थी, बाद में दूसरे साल कम हो गई, अगले साल थोड़ी सी और बढ़ गई. सो एट ए टाइम यू कैन व्यू लॉट मेनी इंफॉर्मेशन एंड इट इज़ वेरी क्विकली अवेलेबल in the form of map, and that is the beauty of the GIS. So it shows you the particular selected area map, and it shows that map with the different bar graphs or the column graphs showing the graphical representation of the data, and from that you can easily understand what situation exists for a particular feature or for a particular condition. So that is very good thing about the GIS. Then similarly you can also prepare a map showing the elephant distribution and the open low shrubs. So for wildlife application also this type of map you can prepare. So मुझे यहाँ पे जानना है कि जहाँ पे छोटे वाले जो shrubs है, छोटे वाले जो bushes है, ऐसा वाला जो जंगल का एरिया है वो कहाँ कहाँ पर फैला हुआ है किसी एक आधे कंट्री के अंदर. एंड अलॉन्ग विद दैट व्हाट आर द हैबिटेट्स ऑफ द एलिफेंट्स, कहाँ पर एलिफेंट रहते हैं, ऐसे स्पॉट्स, और ये मुझे मैप के जरिए समझना है. तो यहाँ पर मैंने एक मैप प्रिपेयर किया, एंड हियर दिस ब्लू डॉट्स दे आर शोइंग द हैबिटेट लोकेशन ऑफ द एलिफेंट. एलिफेंट कहाँ रहते हैं उसकी जगह मुझे पता चल रही है, और उसके हिसाब से ये जो लो श्रब वाला एरिया है वो कहाँ कहाँ पर कैसे कैसे फैला है मेरे जंगल में, तो ये भी मुझे पता चल रहा है. सो यू कैन सी दैट ये वाले एरिया में जैसा बुशेश वगैरह यहाँ पर जैसा डेंस है, तो यहाँ पर एलिफेंट्स का हैबिटेट आपको ज़्यादा दिखाई दे रहा है. सो इस प्रकार से यू कैन अंडरस्टैंड दैट इन विच पार्ट ऑफ योर कंट्री you need to take some policy decisions regarding the conservation of the wildlife or conservation of any particular species, or you can have a study, research study for all that particular entity. So all these decisions you can understand with the help of geographical map. Now once this type of wildlife data is entered, so you can have a number of queries, and which is manually just not possible. So this type of distribution map, so or what exists at what location, that you can very well understand with the help of GIS query. Similarly you can also have a summary reports also. So as that I have prepared that map, based on that map also I can just have a table type data. So here what are the different features, and accordingly what are the here cheetah, buffalo, cattle, elephant, giraffe, lion, rhino, sheep. So how many counts are there for particular state wise, so and the summary. So actually all this data is already available in our geo database. So from that geo database, depending upon whatever the query or model we have designed, the particular database was get selected, and it was shown in the table format also. So you can view the output in the table format, you can view the output in the format map, 2D map, or we can also view the output in the form of 3D model. So all these things are possible with the GIS to understand the situation and that is the most important beauty of the ArcGIS software. Similarly, using the ArcGIS software, we can create the feature location map. कोई पर्टिकुलर फीचर कहाँ पर कैसे उपस्थित है ये समझने के लिए भी हम लोग ArcGIS में मैप बना सकते हैं. जैसा कि यहाँ पर मुझे आप देख रहा है कि मैं टेम्परेचर जोन कैसे कैसे है मेरे कंट्री के अंदर, सो उसको समझने के लिए नाउ दिस इज अगेन यू कैन क्रिएट ए मॉडलिंग ऑल्सो, यानी ये डायनेमिक मॉडल भी आप बना सकते हो कि जैसा आज कैसा पैटर्न है टेम्परेचर का, फिर कल कैसा रहेगा, परसों कैसा रहेगा, और फॉर ए पर्टिकुलर मंथ वो कैसे बदल रहा है, इसको भी हम लोग 3D विजुअलाइज कर सकते हैं डायनेमिक मैप के, डायनेमिक मॉडल के जरिए. सो हियर द thermal temperature zone for a particular country, for that also from the weather data you can create this type of map where you can understand कि जहाँ पर ज़्यादा हॉट रीजन दिख रहा है, यहाँ पर थोड़ा हॉट रीजन दिख रहा है, और यहाँ पर कुछ स्पॉट दिख रहे हैं वहाँ पे जो ये कूल रीजन दिख रहा है. सो यू कैन ऑटोमेटिकली दिस इंडेक्स डिपेंडिंग अपॉन द वेरियस पैरामीटर्स इट वाज गेट जनरेटेड, and then accordingly this map for a particular area whatever you have selected in your ArcGIS database, so that you can prepare. So this is the again simple thing that in the ArcGIS you can particularly select a particular area. So you have to select that area, so that is one thing. Then for that whatever the data available, that database was get automatically available to you for the analysis, and then based on that you in the analysis you can select some of the like you can make the query. So for particular condition or whatever the feature you want to select, so that you can select, and accordingly then you can generate this type of output maps. So where you can easily understand a lot many database in very easy manner. So यहाँ पे मुझे तुरंत पता चल सकता है. वैसे मैं यदि वो डाटाबेस को पढ़ते बैठूंगा और कहाँ पर कितना टेम्परेचर कैसे कैसे बदल रहा है, तो ऐसा रीड करते करते तो मुझे कुछ भी पता नहीं चलेगा. बट बिकॉज द ArcGIS और GIS सॉफ्टवेयर आर हैविंग दिस टाइप ऑफ कैपेबिलिटीज, तो यहाँ पे मैं इतना सारा काम काफ़ी आसानी से तुरंत कर सकता हूँ. सो दैट इज अगेन द पर्टिकुलर फीचर किसी लोकेशन पे कहाँ कैसे अवेलेबल है, इसको देखने के लिए मैं स्टैटिक मैप और डायनेमिक मैप ऑल्सो आई कैन क्रिएट विद द हेल्प ऑफ GIS. Similarly, the most important use of the GIS output is you can create the quantity map. जैसा मुझे क्वांटिटी निकालना है कि इस साल मुझे महाराष्ट्र में कितने खेतों में सोयाबीन का क्रॉप बोया गया है, तो उसका मुझे एरिया चाहिए, एरिया ऑफ द फार्म लैंड वेयर द सोयाबीन जहाँ पर क्रॉप करके लिया जा रहा है. तो ऐसा सारा मैन्युअली मैं डाटाबेस में से निकालते बैठूंगा तो काफ़ी सारा समय लग जाएगा. बट विद द हेल्प ऑफ जियो डाटाबेस एंड ArcGIS फैसिलिटीज यू कैन जस्ट मार्क दिस फील्ड्स इन द मैप ऑल्सो. तो आपके सोयाबीन के खेत आप यहाँ पर ऐसे दिखा भी सकते हैं नक्शे में, तो यहाँ पे तुरंत आपको समझ में आ जाएगा कि भाई कौन से डिस्ट्रिक्ट में कहाँ पर कौन से गाँव में कौन से खेत है और जहाँ पर सोयाबीन हो रहा है. बट नॉट ओनली जस्ट यू कैन व्यू, बट यू विल गेट द क्वांटिटी ऑफ दैट, यानी एरिया भी मिलेगा आपको ये शेप का, इसका एरिया. सो यू कैन क्लिक ऑन पर्टिकुलर फीचर, सो डाटा एसोसिएटेड विद दिस शेप, उसका एरिया कितना है वो भी आपको यहाँ पर दिखाई दे सकता है. और फॉर ए पर्टिकुलर एरिया सिलेक्टेड, टोटल एरिया कितना है यहाँ पे खेतों का, सो दैट ऑल्सो यू कैन. सो यू आर ऑल्सो गेटिंग द न्यूमेरिकल आउटपुट्स, you are getting the quantitative outputs, and you are also getting the qualitative output, and we are also getting the visualization of the data. So all these things are available. तो हमको qualitative, quantitative और visual तीनों फॉर्मेट में हमें आउटपुट यहाँ पर देख सकते हैं हम लोग. So we can use it for the various quantity calculation. So this quantity is either maybe in square meter or in length meter or in a cubic meter quantity, or it may be in a count. So all that is possible with the help of GIS studies. Then this type of density map also you can create. सो दिस इज द 3D मॉडल ऑफ द शोइंग द पॉपुलेशन डेंसिटी इन द वेरियस स्टेट्स। तो ये ग्लोब के ऊपर हमारे अलग अलग डेंसिटी के हिसाब से ये ऐसे बार ग्राफ, सो 3D बार ग्राफ वॉज क्रिएटेड हियर एंड यू कैन व्यू जस्ट in the earth globe. So you can rotate this 3D model also. So for the different country you can understand the situation. So for a particular area population density है आपके पास में, या फिर इस प्रकार के अलग अलग पैरामीटर्स की जो डेंसिटी है वो आप यहाँ पर समझ सकते हो मैप के अंदर. सो डिपेंडिंग अपॉन दैट you can understand the situation. Similarly, what is the inside details that map also you can create. अब यहाँ पे मैंने पर्टिकुलर स्टडी एरिया मेरा यहाँ पे यदि सिलेक्ट कर लिया तो वो सिलेक्ट एरिया के लिए जो डाटाबेस एसोसिएटेड है उसमें से भी मैं पर्टिकुलर एरिया का बड़ा व्यू करके मैं उसको अलग से ही, जैसा मैंने यहाँ पर इतना एरिया सिलेक्ट किया तो इसको एनालाइज करके उसका 3D मॉडल भी मैं यहाँ पर देख पाता हूँ. सो दैट इज ऑल्सो पॉसिबल. सो हियर दिस इज द इम्पॉर्टेंट फीचर दैट कि आप वहाँ पर जस्ट राइट क्लिक करके भी डाटाबेस या कुछ फीचर्स को अलग से हाईलाइट करके आप देख सकते हैं. So you can have a closer view of your model or a closer view of your database, and that way you can again in a good manner you can understand the situation. So this is also possible with the ArcGIS study. Then nearby places map, हम लोग इस प्रकार के भी मैप बना सकते हैं कि what exists at the nearby location. So in a particular area, तो whatever the feature you have selected, along with that number of 2-3 other features also you can collaborate. तो वहाँ पे एक ही साथ में हम लोग अलग अलग फीचर्स को एक साथ में कंबाइन करके कैसे उनका एक में से रिलेशन है और कैसे वो एग्जिस्ट कर रहे हैं इसको भी देख सकते हैं हम लोग मैप के जरिए. सो दैट इज ऑल्सो पॉसिबल. सो व्हाट आर द नियर बाय, सो फॉर ए पर्टिकुलर न्यू एरिया यू कैन अंडरस्टैंड कि वहाँ पर हेल्थ सेंटर, PSC और प्राइवेट हॉस्पिटल्स और emergency ward or the doctor consultant clinics. So this type of how medical facilities are available. तो ये एक में से एसोसिएटेड पूरी वैल्यूज या सिचुएशन, उसका लोकेशन, उनके डिस्टेंसेस, ऑल ये सारा समझने के लिए हम लोग इस प्रकार का नियर बाय प्लेसेस का मैप भी हम लोग जनरेट कर सकते हैं डिपेंडिंग अपॉन द सिलेक्टेड फीचर फ्रॉम द अवेलेबल डाटाबेस. Then the most important use of the GIS map is changes comparison. हम लोग यहाँ पे कैसे बदलाव हो रहे हैं हमारे फीचर्स के अंदर हमारे पृथ्वी पर, तो उसके लिए भी हम लोग, जैसा कि आप इस एक स्टेट को यहाँ पर यदि आप देखेंगे तो यहाँ पे आपको अलग अलग लीजेंड्स दिखाए गए. ये लैंड यूज मैप यहाँ पर दिखाया गया है आपको. सो ग्रीन कलर में अलग लैंड है, येलो में अलग है, रेड में अलग है, ये ब्राउन में अलग है, ब्लू में अलग है. सो वाटर बॉडीज आर ऑल्सो देयर एंड डिपेंडिंग अपॉन द वेरियस टाइप ऑफ लैंड यूज. So this is the one of the map in particular year, and then for other year, so if suppose this is the latest map and this is the older map, तो ये 1951 में एक पर्टिकुलर कंट्री का मैप इस प्रकार से था. ये मैंने सिलेक्टेड जोन किया इतने वाले जोन में, ये पर्टिकुलर लॉन्गिट्यूड लैटिट्यूड के प्लान में मुझे ऐसी सिचुएशन थी और अब वहाँ का एरिया मैं यहाँ पे देखता हूँ तो अब यहाँ पर आप देखेंगे कि जो ग्रीन एरिया है यहाँ पर कम हो चुका है और येलो वाला एरिया जो है, सो रेसिडेंशियल एरिया वाज गेटिंग इंक्रीज्ड एंड द ग्रीन एरिया वाज गेटिंग रिड्यूस्ड. सो वाटर बॉडीज आर गेटिंग श्रिंक्ड एंड देन सम ऑफ द रेड एरिया आल्सो वाज गेट इंक्रीज्ड. सो कमर्शियल एरिया भी अलग से हमने दिखाया. सो इन दैट वे कंपैरिजन मैप हम लोग आसानी से बना सकते हैं. सो व्हाट आई विल डू इन द जियो डाटाबेस, I will select all available data of the land use, land cover for a particular year. This is again one of the important feature that you get on adding or updating the database in your GIS software. तो GIS में आप हर साल का डाटा, एक ही प्रकार का डाटा, लेकिन उसको ईयर वाइज या डेट वाइज या टाइम स्टैम्प के हिसाब से हम लोग सेव कर सकते हैं. इसीलिए एक ही जियोग्राफिकल लोकेशन का ओवर द डिफरेंट टाइम स्लॉट सेम फीचर का डाटा हम लोग सेव कर सकते. सो फ्रॉम दैट इज गुड थिंग दैट वी कैन क्रिएट ए कंपैरिजन मैप. तो पहले कैसी थी सिचुएशन एक आधी सिटी की और अब कैसी सिचुएशन है, तो ये हम लोग एक मैप के जरिए तुरंत आसानी से समझ सकते हैं. नॉट इवन दैट ओनली, बट यू कैन ऑल्सो मेक द कैलकुलेशन ऑफ दिस ग्रीन एरिया. सो यहाँ पर ग्रीन एरिया कितने एकड़ है और यहाँ पर कितना है, रेसिडेंशियल एरिया कितना यहाँ पर है, ज़्यादा बढ़ गया. सो यू कैन मेक द calculate the percentage. So how much percentage of land is now under the residential zone in this in 1991 or 1951 में कितना था. So you can also analyze that and you can also get the values, numerical values also in terms of various parameters. So that is the beauty, that at a time you can visualize the condition, but at a time also you can create the numerical outputs. So where you will get the answers of the some of the questions. So in this way, अब यहाँ पर हम लोग रेसिडेंशियल जोन का परसेंटेज, उसका एरिया, उसकी डेंसिटी, सो ऑल नाउ अदर डाटा ऑल्सो यू कैन एक्सट्रैक्ट from this type of comparison map, and that is also possible with the GIS study. Similarly, water management data map also you can create in the GIS. तो यहाँ पे वाटर बॉडीज़ के लिए हमारा कैसे कैसे सिचुएशन है, कहाँ से फ्लो कैसे आ रहा है, वाटर शेड मैनेजमेंट कैसे कर सकते हैं, वाट आर द वेरियस वाटर बॉडीज़, और कहाँ कहाँ पर उसका डैम और उसकी ट्रिब्यूटरीज और डिस्ट्रीब्यूटरी रिवर्स और नालाज एंड ऑल दैट. So that particular network also you can understand in a particular geographical location, and that map you can use for your water conservation planning. So that is also possible with the ArcGIS. Then coastal information map, ये भी हम लोग यहाँ पर create कर सकते हैं. Suppose this is one of the coastal area. So at particular area what you can have a close up view. यहाँ पे एक्चुअल में कहाँ एग्जिस्टिंग है, तो क्लोज अप व्यू में भी हम लोग ये देख सकते हैं कि एट पर्टिकुलर एरिया इफ यू फाइंड एनी न्यू स्ट्रक्चर, सो विद द हेल्प ऑफ सैटेलाइट डाटा यू कैन अंडरस्टैंड दैट व्हाट एक्चुअली दैट न्यू फीचर इज. सो फॉर दैट कोस्टल इंफॉर्मेशन इज ऑल्सो you can easily view in the form of that map. Then as I have told vegetation and wildlife map, so that is also possible. So depending upon the selected particular wild animal or different wildlife features also you can select. So you can create this type of index also in the GIS software, and depending upon that whatever the feature area you have selected, so for that you can have a clear map. So in that map you can use various legends, and accordingly you can show the various information in the map with the help of different color layers. So this is very good thing that, and here you can also just go on right clicking on that, so that you can have a detailed display of the database also in the same window. So that is also possible. तो इस प्रकार से वेजिटेशन हमारा कैसे चेंज हो रहा है, या कैसे एरिया में कैसे कैसे है, या फिर वाइल्ड लाइफ का अलग अलग प्रकार के एनिमल्स का हैबिटेट कैसे है, बायोडाइवर्सिटी कैसी एग्जिस्ट कर रही है, ये सारा समझने के लिए भी हम लोग इस प्रकार के जो मैप है, सो दैट यू कैन क्रिएट इन द GIS. So I request you that to refer to some of the videos for the GIS, and thanks for watching this lesson. So here in this we have today seen that कैसे हम लोग GIS के आउटपुट यहाँ पर निकाल सकते हैं बराबर. So I hope that you have understood the GIS. Some other important applications related to GIS are there, so that we will be continue in the next lecture. So thanks for watching today's lecture on this GIS. Thank you.